Hello and welcome back. My name is Brett. I am a digital marketing consultant with Clickmill, and we are continuing on through these step-by-step videos to get your nonprofit signed up for the Google Ad Grant, which, if you don't know, gives you $10,000 a month to advertise your nonprofit on Google. If you're continuing on with us, we are beginning right now to build Google Ads extensions. And now, so that you know, and as we go through this setup guide, the Google Ad Grant, the Ultimate Guide, you will see little grant tips as we go through. And one of those is, in order to get approved for the Google Ad Grant, you have to have 2 Callout extensions and you have to have 2 site link extensions. And I'm going to show you how to set both of those up right now. So as you can see, we have set up our advertising campaigns. You can see that we have our campaign here. You can see that we have our 2 ad groups here. And so to set up these extensions, what we're going to do, we're just going to stay in the campaign. And right now I'm going to set them to the account level. So we don't have to go into our specific ad groups to set these. These I will at least have at a campaign level, maybe an account level. We'll see as we get going here. So we're going to go into ads and extensions right here. So we're selected our campaign and we're going to go into ads and extensions. Now, once this page has loaded, you will see that we're in ads and we can see the ads that we have created. We're just going to go 1 tab over and click on extensions. As this page comes up, you will see that we have 2 options. We can click our kind of normal blue plus icon here or here to add an extension. And so we will start with that. Click the blue plus. And now we have to have 2 site link extensions and 2 callout extensions in order to meet the Google grant policy to get approved for the grant. And so we're going to start with site links, and very quickly, a site link is essentially just an extra little piece of information on your ad, and it links to your website. So they could say about us, and people know when they click this that it is going to link back to your advertising, or excuse me, your about us page. And now the site links, I would encourage you to make 4 and no less than 4. It only takes 2 to get approved, but I would say definitely make 4. And the reason for this is because these can actually greatly expand how large your ad is on the top of the Google page. And 4 of these almost doubles, if not more than doubles, the size of your ad. So you can have 2 of them or you can have 4 of them. So we may as well have 4 on there. So let's go ahead and go into site link extensions. Now you should see that we have the option here to add site link extension. If we scroll down a little bit, you're also going to notice that there's actually room for 4, and I would encourage you to fill all of those out. Now, we are going to add these to the account level. You can make them specific to campaigns if you ever make another or a third or a 4th campaign. You can also make them ad group specific. In this instance, with these initial 4, they're just going to be broad enough to kind of advertise the whole site. So we're going to do account here, add to account, and we're creating new. I am just going to begin filling out the site link text here, which is the title for the first site link. And I'm just going to be looking at my notes over here, which I have taken for this. I want to create one that is the About Us page. And now what I will do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab all the links. I'm just going to do it last to make it a little bit quicker. So you will put the link to the About Us page, if you're doing an About Us page, in the final URL section. And now the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a descriptive text. And the reason I'm going to do this again is because not only does it tell the user kind of what to expect when they click on this, but further, it makes that ad even larger at the top of the page. And that's one of the things that we really want to do. I think here I'm going to say something like, page. Next line here. Six. Okay, we want them to meet Yo. We want them to meet you. Purple. Move down to the next one. So let's say join our And we'll go and find that in a moment. These, you can kind of carry them down to the next line. So this says, don't miss out on our many family. Let's see what. Happening is too long, so so it says, don't miss out on our many family-friendly events. See what's going on, and that is exactly 35. We're going to move down to the next one. And again, we can always change these depending on how they're performing. So same as when we go and we do our A/B testing with ads, we can come back in and we can A/B test these as well. So I can make another 4 to compete with these 4 and just change the wording, change the descriptions. And then after a month, come back in. And so you can see that we can do this for everything in Google Ads, which is really great. So this is just going to be a first test. So that's when I say meet staff. 25 to 25, okay. So meet our staff and pastor. Meet our friendly pastoral staff. Click now for more information. And then the last one, and this is going to be an important one because this church really puts a lot of emphasis on their podcast. And so we might say Christian podcast. So now, nope. We might just say, okay, well, we'll leave it with Christian podcast for now. We know we'll put in our URL. Okay, so again, call to action. And you can see that I'm writing with capitals in each word, so it doesn't go so far as to be spammy, but at the same time, it is attention grabbing. It says, ooh, something important's over there. And Google does, at least at this point, does not flag that type of writing. So we're going to continue kind of doing it in that way. Listen to encouraging. Now click here to listen to encouraging Christian podcasts. Can't say 2 hour encouraging, that'll kind of push it over. Guess that's not a big deal because we've got room on the second line too. 2 hour regular encouraging Christian podcasts. Beautiful. And that's 35 of 35 there and 31 of 35. So I'm actually pretty excited about that one. Now, quickly, what I will do is I'm just going to grab the links from the website for the appropriate pages and plug those in. All of this filled in for our 4 site link extensions. Before we click save, and we've decided we don't want to do advanced options, but before we click save, I just want to, again, just kind of show you here. So we can show 2 or 4 site link extensions. And again, this is our previewer, which you've seen in the building ads video. And as we look at this, you can see we have 4 site link extensions here: about us, join our upcoming events, meet our pastor and staff, Christian podcasts. And so this is the mobile version. And you can see if we only have 2 here, we're adding like almost 4 lines here just by adding those 2 additional site link extensions, which is really great. But look, it looks even larger when we go to the desktop view. And so personally, I'm not a big fan of the box, but it looks great either way. But you can see how much space you're adding to the ad as we have this in here. So just wanted to show you that. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to click Save on our site link extensions. Great work. You can see that these are saved right now to the campaign level, which is fine. If we add more campaigns and we still want to have those on there, what we can do is we can just check these and we'll do it right now. Add to the account level, because these are all very general. And at the bottom of the screen here, it said added to the account level. And so we can see that that has happened. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add callout extensions. Site link extensions, 2 are required to apply for the grant. 2 callout extensions are also required. Now we have 4 spaces available here. I believe 4 can go on an ad. So I would just encourage you to fill these out. It doesn't take very long. And I'm just going to fill these out quickly and show you what we come up with. Okay, so you can see that we have added these in. We have year-round family events, biblically based teaching, contemporary worship, video and audio sermons. So we can see we've almost filled up all the space with these. We will add this to the account level. So this will show for all of our campaigns and all of our ad groups. And that's really good, at least starting just to get that extra data as we build that up to see what's working and what's not. And so this is our call out extensions, and these are essentially just calling attention to important benefits or features that will grab people's attention. So we're going to click Save. Oh, and you know what? Before we click Save here, I do want to show you again in the previewer. I really do enjoy this previewer. I'm sure you figured this out by now. You can see our site link extensions here, but right here, year-round family events, biblically. So here it's showing the first site link text right here, year-round family events. The biblically is only showing here. So on a mobile version, it looks like it's going to be limited to some degree, which is fine. But you can see here, again, we're adding a whole nother line to our ad. We've got all 4 of them showing on the desktop view. So, I would encourage you to do some searches for nonprofits, see what their ads look like. And I want you to compare them to something like this, because this here is a highly professional ad where we have all kinds of different pieces coming together to make something that's not only large, but gives a very good, almost a summary of what your whole organization is doing. And so in this case, we can know a significant amount about Katy churches. We've got 4 links to their website. We've got a link to a landing page. We've got all kinds of information in here that you don't see on a lot of other ads on Google. And this is how we rank #1 on the search engine results, by having a really high quality ad that's keyword targeted, that has the extensions and has all of the ad pieces filled out. So great work. We're really moving on. And so again, you can just see your extensions, your call out extensions in here, and we're going to save. And that's it. So you can see here, we have all of these added to the account level. These here have been added to the account level. We changed those a moment ago. It does take a couple minutes to update sometimes. Sometimes you have to refresh the window, but those will switch over there. And we have our 2 site link extensions that are necessary for the Google grant and 2 call out extensions. And we have just boosted the size of our ads substantially. So as always, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to walk through these steps with me. And I truly hope that this Google Ad Grant is going to be a huge benefit to your organization. I look forward to seeing you in the very next video.